Offensive tackle Tyler Guyton is expected to be out for several weeks after injuring his knee at training camp on Monday. Tyler Guyton injured. Guyton went down during Monday's practice. The second-year left tackle is now expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, according to reports. Initially, coaches and trainers feared he had an ACL injury, but an MRI revealed that his ACL was still intact, and he instead has a bone fracture in his knee. Guyton had a disappointing rookie season on the Cowboys' offensive line, but he'd looked impressive at training camp and seemed poised to have a bounce-back year. Of course, it could have been worse. Guyton will miss a significant amount of time, but his injury reportedly will not require surgery. What they're saying. Defensive end Sam Williams had some advice for Guyton on how to handle the setback. Williams missed all of last season with a knee injury. Just stay grounded. Use this as an advantage because everything happens for a reason, I believe, he said. I just feel like he's in good hands with the crew we got back there taking care of him. Tyler Booker's ups and downs. There have been several ups and downs at training camp for Booker, the Cowboys' first-round draft pick out of Alabama. Booker began running with the first team at the start of camp. He was briefly demoted but is now back at right guard with the starters. He's likely to stay there now that guard Rob Jones has been sidelined for 2 to 3 months with a neck injury. What they're saying. As for Booker, he played at Alabama, so he knows what it's like to face pressure. But he admits that even during the early stages of training camp, working against NFL talent has been a different story. I mean, that's just the epitome of the offensive line. You're doing algebra in a fist fight. You know what I mean? You gotta know who is going where they're coming from, this, that, and a third. We had a fair share of blitzes in the SEC, but it's at a different speed. It's at a different level on this level. So, my experience has definitely helped me, but I still just have to make sure that I'm doing everything in my power to be able to pick it up on this level as well, he said. A case can be made that no Dallas Cowboys player has more eyes on him in training camp than Motzi Smith. It's likely a make-or-break year for the team's 2023 first-round pick after 2 underwhelming seasons as the starting nose tackle. It seems that Smith will get every chance to reclaim his starting role, but the early signs from Oxnard don't bode well for the 24-year-old. According to Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, none other than Perrion Winfrey saw extensive reps with the starting defense during Sunday's padded practice. Signed shortly after mandatory minicamp, Winfrey has performed exceptionally well in the early going. Cowboys aren't going to hand anything to Motzi Smith in 2025. With the arrow already pointing down for Smith, head coach Brian Schottenheimer revealed the Cowboys want the 24-year-old to play the 1 and 3 technique positions. Like his rookie year, Smith will once again be asked to get upfield. It didn't work for Dan Quinn, and there is little evidence to suggest it will work for new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. Cowboys reporters have shared clips of Smith getting blown off the ball, leading to explosive runs for Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. While training camp is meant to experimentation, it does not bode well for Smith that a fresh newcomer like Winfrey is already getting work with the first team. A 4th-round pick by the Browns in 2022, Winfrey lasted just 1 year in Cleveland. He appeared in 1 game for the Jets in 2023 before spending last season in the UFL, where a dominant showing earned him all UFL honors and put him back on the NFL radar. It remains to be seen if Winfrey will make the 53-man roster, but he's emerged as a sleeper over the first week of camp. While it's not hard to stand out in the Cowboys' DT room, Winfrey deserves credit for making his presence felt. Whether it be deflecting passes or creating pressure, Winfrey has been among the surprise winners from the first handful of practices. At the very least, Winfrey's emergence serves as another litmus test for Smith. He has the first-round pedigree and familiarity on his side, but at this point, we're grasping at straws. Micah Parsons is in line to reset the market when he receives a new contract from the Dallas Cowboys, as he figures to become the NFL's highest-paid defensive player. It seems that contract talks with the Cowboys have hit a snare, however, based on reporting from ESPN's Adam Schefter on Tuesday. Appearing on the Pat McAfee show, Schefter indicated that the negotiations between Dallas and Parsons have gone sideways, and that a deal is now further from being signed than it was at the start of the offseason. That comes on the heels of some eye-opening comments made by Stephen Jones earlier in the week. I would say right now we're further apart from a deal in late July, early August than we were in late March, early April. The two sides have gone backwards, not forwards. I don't think they're speaking very much these days, if at all, Schefter said, though he noted that could change at any point between now and the regular season. I don't think Mike is real happy with them right now. I don't think they're real happy with him. I don't think anybody's real happy with anybody, and I don't think there's a deal being discussed right now, not to mention being close. It's not uncommon for the Cowboys to wrap up their negotiations late in the offseason, but Schefter did say that this situation sounds different and a little more personal. The longer Dallas waits to get a deal done with Parsons, the higher his price tag will rise. TJ Watt reset the market with his 3-year, $123 million deal, and Parsons is set to surpass his $41 million annual average value whenever his new contract gets done. The timeline on that new deal is a bit foggy now, however, as it seems progress in negotiations is stalled. The Dallas Cowboys are just over 1 week into training camp in Oxnard, California, and the injury bug is already rearing its ugly head. In the past 2 days, the team has lost offensive lineman Rob Jones and Tyler Guyton. Jones suffered a broken bone in his neck during the team's first practice in full pads over the weekend, while Guyton suffered a bone fracture in his knee. On Tuesday, the team's latest injury was announced, with ESPN's Todd Archer revealing cornerback Kalen Carson will miss 4 to 6 weeks after suffering a hyperextended knee during Sunday's session. Carson's injury adds to an already problematic spot on the Cowboys roster. Dallas is thin at cornerback with Trayvon Diggs, Siobhan Revel, and Josh Butler all sitting on the PUP/NFI lists as they recover from season-ending knee injuries suffered last year.